Remember, guys, if a verified Twitter account asks you to send them Bitcoin, you better send them Bitcoin. And welcome back to Broke Till Friday, episode 43. We're on week 43. But it's probably been almost closer to 50 weeks, actually. But
Yeah.
I mean, we took a couple of breaks. So.
Just a couple breaks. Didn't release a couple of episodes.
Damn, Walter went over and bitch slapped the dog.
I did not do that.
I heard the dog bark, and then you went over. You were like, "I'm gonna talk touch." And I was like,
They bark over everything, dude. Hold on.
Yeah, well, they're Chihuahuas. Aren't those like the national dog of Mexico? Like officially?
Check. National dog of Mexico. It's called a Zolozucanti. Zolozucanti.
Cunty. It's a fucking cunty dog.
I'm not even joking. Look at this. That's what it's called.
What happened?
Zolozucanti. Look at
What's
this.
that?
Google the national dog of Mexico.
Oh yeah, it's like a hairless dog, right?
It's called a Zolozucanti.
I've seen one when I went to Mexico. I petted one.
You pet one?
They actually
That
look
was-
kind.
Yeah,
They,
it's
they
cool
look
dog.
kind of cool.
It's like a hairless cat, but a dog instead.
Yeah.
Ah, it's nipples. Jesus.
Why would you want to see its
Protruding.
nipples, dude?
No, I'm saying they're protruding, disrespectful. They're just out there. That's. I wasn't even trying to. It was just there.
Oh. Okay, never mind. I thought they looked kind of cool before. Now,
Absolutely awful.
yeah.
I have nipples, Andres. Are mine creepy?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, my shit has like a scab on it from me scratching on it.
Oh,
I'm not even
Dude,
fucking lying.
I have a
Bro,
nose
why?
scar right here on my nose. I don't know, because I thought I had a pimple and I kept like and then like I took like a sledgehammer to it, just try to get out that
What the
feeling.
fuck?
And like I don't know if you guys can see, but now it's kind of fading back. But if we had done like recorded this episode when we were supposed to, it would look like bright red and like kind of scabby
Like
and
this?
shit. Yeah, like that, but worse.
I got a pimple. Right underneath my lip.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean that looks more like
She
herpes,
get
but
acne
yeah,
scars.
Honestly, dude.
Don't get
Fucking
herpes, Andres.
bruh, like
Honestly,
everyone
saying
has
what-
herpes.
Everyone
Oh,
has.
Everyone has herpes, and
lot of-
if you're
a
sexually
lot of
active,
people
you
have
have herpes.
It's just dormant. It's different.
Yeah,
Different strain.
it's
If
not
you're
something like
thinking
9 out
about
of 10
going out in the
people.
town, you're gonna get herpes.
Mhm.
Yeah, like something like
No, it's not
9 out of 10 people have herpes. Like if you've slept
It's
with
like
more
if you
than
have
one
4
person.
friends. If you have 4 friends, all 4 of you and your friend have herpes. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Dude, the fucking Boy Scouts that shared that spoon all have herpes.
Yeah, oh, they
100%.
definitely 100%. They all have
100%.
herpes. They all have
They
herpes.
share that fucking milk carton, dude. They have herpes 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Herpes
Jesus.
as
Well,
fools.
Yeah, so apparently
So we're gonna talk about
all of the Twitter hack. So there's a huge hack
Oh,
on
yeah.
Twitter. 130 accounts were targeted in this week's cyber attack.
Yep.
wow.
It's basically all the
fuck.
famous people. Let's see. Let's look at the list. So Joe Biden, Bill Gates,
Jeff Bezos.
Elon Musk, Bezos. Man, and then all they did was say, guys, we're only doing this today. Go ahead and send us like half a Bitcoin and we'll send you a whole Bitcoin back or we'll like double it or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
It's the typical double
Why?
Bitcoin scam. Those are so popular right now. Like
Very.
especially on YouTube, they're one of the most popular scams, and people fall for it.
Giving Elon Musk giving back to my community. All Bitcoin sent to my address below will be sent back doubled. If you send 1,000, I will send back 2,000. Only doing this for the next 30 minutes. Enjoy. And that so Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Joe Biden, Obama, Apple, Bezos,
Obama.
Kanye West,
Mhm.
Uber. Due to COVID-19, we were giving over 10 million in Bitcoin. That's hilarious. That's terrible. Bloomberg, holy shit. Cash App, Wiz
Mhm.
Khalifa,
Mhm.
Warren Buffett, Floyd Mayweather, Binance, Tron Foundation, KU Coin, Holy shit.
Yeah, it seems like they got most of their money, like because there's ways to track how much Bitcoin a Bitcoin account has. Like there's like resources and websites that do that, and it seems like when they took down like the Bitcoin type of accounts, they that's where they got most of their money from.
It says that they got 12.86 Bitcoin, which is about $118,000. Holy shit.
They got a lot of money off of that.
Wait, let me see. 5:45 Eastern.
And like the Bitcoin's untraceable, like it's essentially untraceable. Like there's ways to do it,
Yeah.
but it's essentially like they're getting that money scot free. Like there's no way to,
Exactly.
yeah,
Is there reports of people falling for it though?
yeah. They got like 13 Bitcoin or some shit. The exchange rate for like it's like thousands of dollars for one Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So they
Right,
got like 13 Bitcoin.
So they got 13.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
made off like hell. And like I was following it almost live, and then I got busy, so I had to catch up with it afterwards. How do you call it? Like YouTube was taking down anyone who was talking about it. Like YouTube wasn't allowing anyone to talk about the hack or anything like that, except for this one
Really?
channel called CoffeeZilla, and that shit was great.
That's funny.
CoffeeZilla.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and then people were saying like, why didn't you guys just shortchange the stock? Just have them tweet out like something that's bad about their company so that you can make money off of the stocks. And it's because like, well, if they mess with the stocks, like the U.S. government's all over that. Like the FTC will find them and like remove their organs from their
Right.
body.
Yeah. They're saying like they could have like, had one company sell, like literally tell the world that they're selling or partnering with another company and affect the stocks that way.
Dude,
Yeah.
But
I know.
luckily they didn't.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like,
imagine
it's crazy.
Imagine if they had so they have access to Elon Musk's account. They go, man, my like okay, my stock is too high. It's only worth like $200, honestly. And then you just see a crash, right?
Mhm.
Or even with Bezos,
Right, yeah.
Amazon saying Bezos would say, oh, hey, my Amazon stock is gonna be pretty worthless pretty soon because of all the crimes that we've committed. And then you would just say the same thing.
No.
Or dude, imagine since they had Obama's account, Obama just tweets at Trump, "You're a bitch" or something like that, dude. That would have been hilarious. I can't believe that they're just like, "Oh, we're just gonna scam people," instead of trying to do something like funny or memorable. So this is
Yeah.
like, oh, Bitcoin, whatever. Like it's gonna be not old news, but then everyone would remember. Remember when Obama called Trump a bitch on Twitter?
Yeah, like they should
Like,
do
you're a little
something funny.
punk ass bitch. You know that?
They should have done at least
I
something
would think
funny.
like,
Yeah.
so I think that means that they're probably not Americans that did it,
No.
because Americans will understand all that shit. So
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's like Russia or China or some shit, because they're just trying to make a
Probably.
quick buck.
Yeah.
I was gonna say yeah, because in foreign money, $118,000 is a lot of money. So
A lot of fucking money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
It is so
imagine,
much.
like, with the Apple account being like, we're not we're
Right.
closing down all of our retail stores and no longer selling iPhones. Sorry about that. We've just declared bankruptcy, and then you just see the same thing with the stock,
Yeah.
dude.
But
That would've been
like
hilarious.
yeah, but like here's the thing, like once you start trying to like mess with the stock market, like the US, the Federal Trade Commission is just gonna find you.
That's what you think, but okay, how often you can track the transaction, but you can't track the user. So it's like, what are you gonna do?
Well,
What are you gonna do?
then all you'd have to see is like, well, for the stocks they have other ways to do that. Like if you're starting to mess with it and trying to make money that way.
Well, no, not with stocks, but I'm saying with
Wait, with the Bitcoin,
well, okay. Think of it this way: if they're hacking high-profile accounts, then they know how to cover their tracks. It's not like it's not like an everyday. Just gonna casually hack their account, like because this is like Twitter, super high-profile accounts. It's not just like nobody on Twitter and like no one's gonna care. No. Everyone would. They know for a fact that they're gonna try and trace them down and stuff. So they would have. Of course, they're gonna try and cover their ass in the first
Yeah.
place.
well, yeah, obviously, but like I'm pretty sure that's like a severe underestimation of like the stuff these tech people can do.
I guess, but
Because like
Yeah, I
even with
mean,
the Bitcoin, like one of the ways to find it, they have like there's ways around it, but like, and obviously the people that hack to get this Bitcoin are gonna know. But like one way is just to see where where are they transferring these Bitcoins to? Is just to keep an eye on the account and like where are they gonna transfer this Bitcoin from here to here? Like now that all these Bitcoin and we have our eyes on this specific Bitcoin wallet, uh, where else are they gonna spend this Bitcoin on?
mhm.
Let's say they
Yes,
order
your Bitcoin
something.
transactions can be tracked. Here's how.
Yeah.
Hmm. Can Bitcoins be traced to scammers? Let's see.
Just to let you guys know, I have 13 Bitcoins now.
In unrelated news, I now have 13 Bitcoins in my account. Let's see.
and
Says,
these guys started off kind of dumb. They had only one Bitcoin wallet set up, and then they got like a bit smarter. And as the hack was going on,
A
they
bit
started using different Bitcoin wallets. That way, it'd be harder for people to realize where the money was
track
going.
down.
Yeah.
Right.
so it
Makes
says,
sense.
so it says, there's no data contained within the blockchain record itself tied to an identity.
Hmm.
So basically, even if the transaction, you can see the blockchain, but that's pretty much it. So until, let me see. They might have the record of customers and associated addresses because when you transfer it into actual like money, it says they have to do that. But
Yeah.
huh,
Yeah. Like essentially, there's ways to find it,
Hmm, okay.
and the more you
So
go into like start messing with stocks, like the more like if they, let's say, because like a lot of people were saying like they're being like armchair quarterbacks and they're like oh, they should have done this to make money off of stocks. It's like, well, the more you start messing with stocks, the easier it is to track you down, and the more incentive like the US has to go after you. If you're just
true.
like in the Bitcoin part, it's like, okay, we're gonna try to find you, but not
Right.
like what they would do when
Instead of messing
compared
with,
to
Okay.
stocks.
yeah,
Even if they
makes
find
sense.
even if they find them, they're like, oh, it's like this little shop in like Russia or something. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't send like the U.S. government over to like, hey, we're gonna go like that's, and then Russia's not gonna extradite one of their own. Like, you know what I mean? But
Mm.
also, it's saying that bitcoins are, let me, it says bitcoins are fungible, and fungible means they can be traded for things that are of the exact
Value.
same value. Yeah,
Right.
exact same value. So basically, while there is transaction history that can be traced, there's no way to track this exact Bitcoin through time. So a
Yeah.
savvy scammer may be able to obscure their transaction history to the point of it being functionally impossible to trace your stolen coins through time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll just keep doing transaction after transaction because they can do, you can do probably like a billion transactions in like a second. It obviously, I mean, not literally, but you know, because they're scammers, so they're gonna know how to cover their tracks.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I put on the sweater because I realized I was wearing the same shirt from last week. I washed it. It's just the same shirt. I only got like
Dude,
7 shirts.
yeah, I was gonna say, dude, I wear
Yeah.
like 5 shirts. I wear 5 shirts. They're all black. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Same.
matter.
Right.
Like
Okay.
I don't have the same shirts, but they're essentially the same shirts.
Hmm.
Like I have
Right.
like two different shirts that aren't like besides like the button up ones, like that have designs, and it's just like the Jurassic Park one and then the Pikachu mixed with Dr. Tennant, or the David Tennant Doctor, and that's it.
The best sweatshirt on TV on podcast news. It's Yoda.
Yo, that actually looks
Yeah,
fly.
Yoda. Man, thank you. See, I got my lightsabers over there. I don't know. Hold on.
Bro, I'm so tired, like my eyes are watering.
Like, it's too early in the morning.
Yeah, it is, dude. It's like 10 a.m., dude.
Dude, Ant-Man came out 5 years ago today. Isn't that crazy?
Oh fuck, that seems so long ago.
2015.
Fucking lightsabers.
Yeah, lightsabers. You made those at Disneyland?
No, got them at Five and Below.
Disneyland reopened.
Nah, Dude, oh, Disneyland in like Hong Kong reopened.
Disneyland here in the States reopened, or Disney World.
Florida, the Magic
Oh, well,
Kingdom,
okay,
and the
yeah.
Animal Park.
Walt Disney World is open. Let's see, July 11th. Wow.
Told
so
you.
They opened up with Magic Kingdom and Disney's Animal Kingdom Park. Let's see. Damn, they lost $38 million on admissions, hotels, parking, merchandise, and food each day they were closed. Holy shit.
Each day. Yeah, but like even being open, they're not gonna make back like before COVID money. Like they're
Yeah.
stupid. Might as well just be closed.
Honestly, I mean, that's so dumb too, because it's like the spread is just going on. Dude, okay, I was having an argument against this guy who was like, I was telling him, Trump is
Troll against troll.
yeah, I was like, Trump is basically 100% responsible for the U.S.'s COVID response.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I don't know about 100%, and I'm like, what, dude? His
He's
words are
100%.
influence. He's like, no, but he's just the president. You think the president really controls everything?
He
And I'm like,
is the
dude,
man.
if he tells his supporters, guys, I have the best scientists. We gotta listen to the scientists. My scientists are the best scientists. We're the best administration. We're gonna handle this the best. Wear your masks. We've got
Right.
the best masks. We've got buy
Right.
American-made masks. Buy American-made toilet paper. Buy
Right,
American-made hand sanitizer. It would have been like nothing.
Okay.
Everyone would listen to him.
Mhm.
But
Right.
because it's like Democrats and it's fake news and stuff, 100% his fault, because not only on how his administration handled it, but also on how the public perceived it,
Mhm.
or more
Right.
importantly, how Republicans and people who still support Trump perceived it. Because he was
Mhm.
denying it was even a thing in January, when we already knew about it since like December, November, because of all the
Mhm.
stuff happening in China. If he had literally just
Right.
gone up, imagine him going up in January going and saying all that stuff like, buy American made, do this for America, wear a mask for America. All the Republican
Right.
supporters would have been like,
What
yeah, I'm doing this for America. I'm doing this to secure our
Right.
freedoms. Yeah. But
was
now people
it
are like,
was it well known in January?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, of course.
look,
The
it
huge-
wasn't
it
well
started in-
known, but like Trump knew. Trump definitely knew, and he knew
Trump
the
knew.
severity that it could get to. He knew it could get to this point. Like we have internal documents from
Right.
the White House essentially proving that.
And also, but also fuck China for, because the only time they first
For
reported it
holding
on December
information, right?
31st. Yep, they first reported it December 31st,
wow.
2019, and they knew about it since November. So fuck China.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, because if China
Yeah,
had handled it
that's
better, it wouldn't have spread in the first place. But yeah, since we
Yeah.
knew about it since early December, imagine fucking January 7th, he comes out after his New Year break or whatever, and he's like, he says all that stuff. People listen to him, not only because it's Trump and stuff, but also because he's president of the United States. So imagine Democrats would be like, oh, he's actually listening to scientists. Okay, you know what, Trump, you win this round.
Right.
He literally
Yeah.
could
But
have
as
been
of right-
super popular right now. He could have been.
Right.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he could have been like he could have been a wartime president.
yeah.
Like the reason why
Literally.
some Republicans love Bush is because he was a wartime president. Like, what
He
happened in
listened to his
9/11?
advisors.
Oh, okay, now, and he got reelected, But now, Trump is just the guy that fucked shit up more. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I don't know. Like, I think all the swing states are gonna swing back this November. I
mean,
hope so.
I mean,
Like-
yeah, I was gonna say, we hope so, but also we're having a whole new generation of Gen Z people that are eligible to vote. Because
Yeah.
remember, if
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they were 14 4 years ago. Now they're 18.
Right.
And they've been seeing all
Right.
the fucked up stuff that's been happening in the last 4 years. Of course, people are gonna be mad.
True.
People
Yeah.
are gonna want to vote.
Yeah, but then there's still like there's this half of Gen Z that's Democrat and this half of Gen Z that's Republican. So
The majority of them
Ah.
are Democrat though. They're not really turning it like just look at the Tulsa thing that they did to Trump. Like they essentially canceled
Right.
one of his speeches because
rally.
yeah. Just imagine a wave of K-pop people just fucking going to the polls and voting like fuck you.
Yeah. So
Right.
Trump is directly responsible for 138,000 American deaths.
Mhm.
More Americans have
Mhm.
died of COVID than in World War One.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
that's
Mm,
how bad
it's treason by this point.
I recently
Freaking
heard
treason.
heard something that like pissed me off about COVID. It's like, well, like it was a typical like, well, if people die, it's only going to be like what 0.5 or 1% of people. It's like 0.5 or 1% of people of 300 million people is millions of people.
I know.
Yeah,
Did you guys see?
it's
Did
a
you guys
lot.
see that picture of Trump with the Goya beans?
No, I saw a picture of
Literally-
Ivanka Trump.
Dude, look what
What
I
is
just
this
sent in the
about?
chat.
Oh my god.
Dude, this
This
is
is
not
terrible.
photoshopped. This is not photoshopped.
Yeah, I was want to
Show-
ask, what's that about?
show the viewers.
beans?
Show
So
the viewers.
basically, Goya said the company Goya, they were like, Trump
Right.
is great. So Trump quid pro quo, he's like, okay, now he advertised Goya. And so see,
Is Goya a Mexican brand? Or what is it?
I don't know. Let me
Eh?
see.
I mean, I see it a lot in like Hispanic restaurants. I mean, Hispanic supermarkets.
Right.
Yep.
The restaurants,
Trump
yeah. I mean,
promoted Goya
supermarkets.
foods. Trump promoted Goya foods from the Oval Office, which is literally a direct violation of
Oh yeah.
antitrust laws. Yep, true. Of course.
Mhm. You
He
can't.
literally
Yeah,
just
presidents
tweeted
can't be doing that.
In the middle of a
Wow,
pandemic, they're selling beans.
This fucking guy.
Beans.
I hate
Oh,
this guy.
beans. God, what a moron.
I want to see their
It's like-
stock price though. That's what I'm kind of.
I was actually checking that, and I wasn't sure if there was like a stock or anything, but hmm. I don't. Is it a public company?
The Market Watch. I guess not. I don't see it on any of the.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's a private company. So,
Mm.
and people are boycotting all the Goya brands. It's funny.
Wow.
I think they're
that's
owned by a different company though.
most
I don't know.
likely.
Well, it says Goya Company is a Goya headquarters in Jersey City, private, Spanish Latin American.
Mm.
It's based off of Puerto Rican, Dominican Republic, Spain, and also the U.S. obviously. But
Oh yeah,
what a
it's owned by one company, Un Anu or whatever the fuck, Ortiz.
You know what's funny? That like America's like, oh no, we're different. We're not connected to all these like South American and Central American like countries. And then we're like doing all this trade. We do all this like events with them. We do everything with them. Like literally half our country is named after like Mexican like cities, Mexican like places. Like it's crazy.
Well, yeah, half of the U.S.
And
used to be
so-
Mexico.
Yeah. But it's just like how, it's just ridiculous. How could it be like, oh, you know, we don't support, you know, them, but literally their culture is entwined with Mexico. Like it literally so weird.
Well, it's entwined with like
Yeah.
a whole bunch of shit. Like, and
Yeah, like literally.
Federal ethics. An employee shall not use or permit the use of his government position or title or any authority associated with his public office to endorse any product, service, or enterprise. And they literally, Ivanka Trump literally just like, oh, if it's Goya, it's gotta be good. then
beans.
And then Trump was like, eh.
Thumbs up
Jesus.
for beans. That feels
Honestly,
re-
dude.
Oh,
It's
okay.
pretty
No,
fun.
did you guys? Okay, like I know that this is so fucking stupid, but like something actually serious happened in Portland.
What?
Police
Right.
started essentially kidnapping protesters and throwing them into unmarked vans.
Fuck.
Like
That's bullshit.
like literally like Gestapo style shit. Like actual Gestapo style shit. Like not just like the police brutality is bad enough, but like now they're like actually like it's unmarked, unidentified people.
Yeah.
Just going in there, grabbing up someone, throwing them into an unmarked white van, and then just driving off with them. Like
Not just the gulag, it's the whole Gestapo.
exactly.
Yeah, dang.
Green military
It's-
fatigues and general police patches sprang out of an unmarked gray minivan in front of Mark Pettibone in the early hours of Wednesday morning. His first instinct was to run. Of course. He didn't know whether the men were police or far-right extremists who frequently don military-like outfits and harass left-leaning protesters in Portland, Oregon. Jesus.
Oh fuck.
That's so isn't that insane though? Honestly, imagine you're just sitting there protesting, and then unmarked van walks up, and you're like, "Who the fuck is this?" But apparently, it's like private security or cops or whatever. But you don't
Mhm.
know that.
Yeah, you don't know that. Here's the thing. Like this is why it's so crucial to remove fucking how do you call it, qualified immunity and like other stuff, because like you can't do anything. Like how do you know if you can defend yourself against someone or not? You have no idea
Right.
because what's his face? was it still with the Breonna Taylor thing, or was it someone
Yeah,
else? Where they like broke in and like the boyfriend tried
Breonna
to
Taylor.
defend himself. Yeah,
Yep,
he
because
tried to
he didn't
defend
know their
himself.
unmarked cops didn't identify themselves.
Yeah, no knock warrant. They didn't have any
Dumbass.
identifying stuff to identify them as police. Like, is he just supposed to allow himself to be murdered? Like, how can you
Right?
defend
That's
yourself?
crazy.
You see some guy breaking into your house with a gun, and you're like, I'm gonna shoot at them.
Yeah.
I don't see any badges on them. Fuck them.
That's the whole
Honestly.
point of stand your ground laws. Like, it doesn't like his state, like their state had stand your ground laws where it's like if you're in your home and someone breaks in, you have a right to shoot them. Like you have a right to defend yourself. Like you don't have to leave. It's like
I don't know, man. It's so sad. This democracy falling
Andres, you
apart.
look so white right now. You look pale as fuck.
yeah, you look clear.
It's the light. It's the light. I've been inside for the last 30 years.
You gotta
now,
get like
so-
a yellow light or something. You
Yeah.
gotta get like a tan light.
I'm pretty sure like you could
No.
dim your light.
Or like a
No.
Mexican flag behind you or
Yeah,
something.
just- oh wait, your whole
That
entire
Chivas
background
goal.
is white.
They said what? What?
Oh shit! I'm pretty sure I could edit a fucking Mexican flag into the background right there.
Do that. Do that.
Because you have one
that.
solid color in the background. I might be able to.
Do that shit.
Right.
I better see that. I better see it on the finished product.
I'm gonna
dude.
try. Well, I can't edit it until Monday. When I get back, I'm not gonna be able to edit this until like Monday afternoon.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, your computer stopped
Um,
crashing as much, right?
yeah,
It's not
it
like
stopped
it hasn't
crashing.
been at all.
Cool, man. Awesome.
Good
Yeah.
shit, good shit. All right.
I mean, look
Hey,
at the
we're-
last. I
you,
was able to
um,
do like shitty edits, like with one
I
of
saw
the.
that. You put in little images and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's funny. But I mean, you know, this is a start. This is a start.
Yeah, it's a start. I'm gonna slowly get better at this. I'm gonna.
Mhm.
What we need to do now is like get the highlights of like the hour-long podcast and like just put up the highlights, like the
It's
5 minutes of us talking about this, with the joke or punchline at the end. You know what I mean? You know
Holy
how,
shit,
like,
Walter!
YouTubers do it. Do it,
I-
yeah.
No,
I-
you're
I
you're
gotta-
moving at like half a frame a second.
Honestly,
Oh,
man,
like,
you gotta get
bad
better
right now?
internet,
I'm-
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Man,
You're like-
leave me alone.
call AT&T, tell them I'm
I
gonna
had dial-up
cancel-
last week.
What?
I had dial-up last week. Like, I don't know.
You had dial-up internet?
No, he
No,
did.
I'm just kidding.
So you gotta call AT&T and be like, yeah, I'm gonna quit unless you guys give me something good. I see Spectrum offering me better prices. And they'll be like,
For
okay,
real,
we'll up your
dude.
speed and then we'll take off the price.
I'll
and then be
call,
like,
dude.
"Oh,
You just have to be like, I'm gonna murder your family. Just give me my money.
I'll pick up my landline. I'm gonna call right now.
dude, you have to go not full. You have to go 75% Karen.
I'm gonna go 100% K. Like,
You-
come on.
Yeah, you just have
Special
to
K.
channel the special K.
Ooh, not all that. Oof.
all right.
If you don't give me my fast internet,
You
I'm
will
gonna go get my truck.
Let me speak to your
Goddamn
manager. Let me speak to your manager.
honestly.
Oh,
My
okay.
name is Karen.
Okay, so speaking about that, I was about to go full Karen this week.
What?
Cause okay. It's been like 2 months or 3 months since I filed my FAFSA stuff, and I did not hear a single peep from my school about it. And it pissed me off so much
Wow.
how like they said up to 9 weeks, right? And it's been like fucking 20 weeks or 30 weeks or some shit. I don't know. It's been
Yeah,
a
cool.
long time since how do you call it? Since I filed the FAFSA stuff and they were supposed to get back to me. And like I hear nothing about it, and then the deadline was today. Today I was supposed to pay the oh shit, my camera moved. Today I was supposed to pay the tuition, right? The tuition and the classes.
Mhm.
And the second that I like signed up for classes, they were like, "Please pay $3,000." I'm like,
Bruh.
Whoa.
bruh. Like
So what
that's why on the topics I have like I have a formal complaint to file on the podcast against CSUN.
Honestly, dude.
Like, bruh.
No, dude, I'm lucky
Jeez,
that
what?
I'm lucky that Cal State Lake gave everyone automatically a fee waiver, because of like the COVID-19. But you do have to pay on like August whatever, because that's it's like the first 2 weeks of August or whatever for
Mhm.
classes. You have to pay, and
Oh, so they didn't give you a fee waiver. They postponed they postponed the payments.
Well, oh, I mean, well, the fee waiver let you sign up for classes because the deadline for signing up for classes began like 2 or 3 months ago. That's why. So I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to pay," and then I have to sign up for classes. But then they were like, "Fee waiver for everyone." So I was like, "Okay, cool. Temporary fee waiver until like August, until the actual deadline to pay is." But it allows you to enroll into classes. So I was able to actually get all the classes I needed, and I'm like, "Okay, good. I just have 5 classes, and that's it. And that's it. And I finally have my degree.
Yeah.
After like 30 years." But I'm just glad I was able to do that. Because also, dude, I have another complaint also because the IRS. So I go online for the IRS, right? And it
Mhm.
says, okay, for for your school, they ask like for parents verification or whatever the taxes. So they're like, we need your parents' tax transcript. And I was like, okay, I'll use the online tool. I have like my dad's credit card number. I have like all the information. I have everything. I have my dad's previous tax return, social security, everything. I put in all the information.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, perfect. Social security, boom, accepted. I had already made an account like 2 or 3 years ago, and I still knew the password. Everything was going perfectly fine until it goes boom, verify your phone number with us. And I was like, okay, it's prepaid, but we'll see what happens. And then I put in my dad's phone number, and it says, we cannot verify this number at this time. But what you can do is we can mail you a letter with the verification code. It'll take like 2 weeks to get there or whatever. I was like, okay, cool. I click on there, and then it says, due to COVID-19, IRS has stopped mailing out. Please use the internet
Oh,
for
you got
all the other
fucked.
resources. I'm like, dude, I just
Fucked.
tried to do exactly. So now I cannot verify anything and I can't get my FAFSA. So I'm gonna have to pay fucking money and then I'm gonna have to wait until the IRS opens again to get all my money back.
That's fucking
Wow.
garbage.
Right?
That's
so stupid. It's like
trash.
I have my dad's social security, I have his financial accounts, I have the account made, I have his email address, everything. But they're like, we can't confirm your prepaid phone number, so fuck you, basically. And I'm like,
Fuck
Damn, you
off.
should just put in your phone number, dude. Should just put in your phone number.
no, 'cause
Should just put in your number.
mine is prepaid also. That's the thing.
Oh,
They
wow.
the reason they do that is to verify. They say put in the phone number so we can verify that the name on the phone number or whatever is the same thing.
What?
Because like if you have postpaid, apparently they'll just release that information, to the IRS. And I'm like,
Right.
but I know for a fact that even though my dad's number is prepaid, I know for a fact that it's his name on the account, on the phone
Okay.
on the Metro account because I've seen it. I know it. But it's so stupid how it's like, well, we'll just mail it to you. And then I click, okay, click mail. And then it goes, error, we're not mailing out anything right now because of COVID. And I'm like, that's so stupid. What do you
That's
expect
so
me to
fucking
do? What do you expect
trash.
me to do? So now I
That's
can't do anything.
bullshit.
That's it.
That's it.
Damn.
GG. GG, no re.
God, getting
I know.
fucked.
So now I have to wait until like fucking forever, basically. I don't know when the IRS is going to reopen, but hopefully I can get my fucking money back.
Yeah. Cause that's
A lot
some
of
like
people-
that's some grade A bullshit, dude.
Honestly. And the thing is, Cal State Lane never asked for parent verification until this fucking year. Literally never.
Wow.
I know. I submitted one in 2015 to like Marymount, California, and then after that, I was able to use the online services over and over again right here. And nothing ever went bad. Nothing. And then all of a sudden they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna need your parents' tax transcripts," and I'm like, "Well, I can't order them. What do
Right.
you want me to do? What do you want me to do?"
Yeah.
And
That's why
the
I
worst
fucking
part is,
cool, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's most of the
Season asks
system.
for my dad's tax transcripts like every single time that I sign up for FAFSA. Like they have a dependent verification worksheet. They have a how do you call it? What's it called? They have the their like his like a certain page from his taxes, and they have me mail that in. And I'm just like, and they don't make it easy to find out which sheets that you need to send either. Sometimes, like sometimes it's actually
course
pretty
not.
difficult. Fuck college, honestly. Walter made the right choice in just not going.
And college is a
Dude, they're
scam.
like, oh, well, where do I find the financial aid office? Oh, it's in building C. You leave, they start jacking off. It's in building D. It's like,
It's in an underground bunker. And to get inside of that underground bunker, you need to have a student ID. Oh, I don't have my student ID yet because they didn't mail it to me because I didn't confirm my financial aid. Well, seems
Yep.
like you're trapped in an infinite loop. I'm so sorry to hear that.
You have an infinite loop in
Dude.
your system. Yeah,
Honestly,
I
dude, and I
know.
even wanted to go see the nurse at ELAC main campus, right? And they're like, she's like, oh, you gotta get your student ID. All right, she got her student ID. She went. She's like, okay, you gotta get a sticker in the bag. She got the sticker. She went back. Like, And then they're like, "Oh, this is the wrong sticker. You need another one." And then she went and she came back. She's like, "Who told you have to get this other sticker? You don't need it." And then like, what? Why? There's all these trips. Like it's so stupid. Like, man, it's I fucking hate school, man. God damn it.
Yeah,
God
it's
damn it.
fucking garbage.
Just wasting time until we all die. That's what their plan is. Alrighty.
And I
It's been
could
broke till
and I
Friday.
couldn't even get like all of my classes. Like I'm waitlisted for 2 classes.
Damn.
Like it's
Wait, how
such
many-
bullshit.
How many classes do you have left
Like to graduate or like right now?
to graduate?
To graduate, I need these 5 classes and then another 7.
Bruh.
So 5
Man,
and then an
what-
extra
what
semester.
are you doing in Santa Monica?
No, I did
Jesus.
all of those, but like for my major they require like certain things and
Wait, what's your major?
how do you call it? Systems and operations management.
I don't know. Systems operation. Oh,
Yeah. But like
So,
what I
at least
mean?
have like a year left, right?
Yeah, I
At
have
least.
like a year left. I have like a year and a half left, including this
Like a
semester.
semester, right?
Yeah. But
Oh,
the
okay.
thing is that I couldn't take 5 classes certain semesters. I had to take 2 semesters, I think. So those extra 2 classes are the classes that I couldn't take then. And it's just like,
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. Good job, Edward. You're almost done.
yeah, almost.
All that bullshit.
Oh, okay. So yeah, when I was working up north last weekend, how do you call it? That's what this other thing, the bottom one on the topics that I had to talk about. Someone sat in my seat because like we take these chairs,
molest
right? We take these chairs and like so we could sit down when like there's not that many customers or whatever the fuck, and it's like when we
Right.
eat we could be there. These jerk offs. They saw me sitting
What?
there. They saw me eating, and then like I finished eating, and I couldn't finish my fries. So I had my coffee and my fries there, right, on the little table that I have that's attached to the seat. I go and I help this
It's a
other
great pairing.
client, and like the clients that my dad was helping went to the van, like to like our personal space over there, basically like our back room, quote unquote. Sat down in my seat where all my food is, not wearing masks, just
Kill them, dude. Kill them. Kill.
That's your
that
personal
is-
chair?
You are allowed to murder them at that point, honestly, dude.
yeah, it's my personal chair. It's like it's not like a public thing. It's just my chair, and they just go and
They're
like,
psychopaths, dude.
Honestly,
Like-
dude,
Yeah.
bruh,
you are
Oh,
at that point. You're allowed to murder them.
dude,
Yeah,
I was
she'd be
like this close.
Hey, get up. Fuck up.
Like I couldn't focus on the clients because I was just like out of the corner of my eye, just like giving them the stink eye, like, how dare you
Well,
sit
what
on my
happened?
seat?
Like, did they end up leaving? Or what's going on?
How dare you sit on my seat? What do you mean?
What happened? Like, did they end up like leaving after? Or what's going on?
They got
Or
the
they
lamps that they
still there to
bought.
the day? What's going on?
Like they were sitting there for like 20 minutes because like we had to make their lamps and attend other clients at the same time. So they were just like chilling there on the seat, just like,
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking no harm, no foul, but still, that's some douche
Mhm.
shit to do.
yeah, no harm,
Yeah,
no
'cause
foul.
you
But
see
it's
it-
like,
You saw someone else's stuff there. Come on.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like not
That's
even a
just
public
weird.
seat either. It's like our seat that we brought. It's like clearly not a part of like the place we were at. It's like,
If I were to do that, I'd probably play it off like, hey, let me check out these lamps, but I'll sit here while you guys are working on your other customers. You know, I'll just chill, and then like, all right, we're ready for you, and then okay, I'll see you later. Just walk away.
yeah,
Doo-doo-doo. Like that's I don't know.
yeah,
That's some fucking shit though. They just walked up, sat in your chair.
yeah, exactly. Like, well, they bought lamps too, but it's just like
Oh, well,
my
yeah,
food
see,
is
then
there.
It's fine.
Yeah,
They
like
gave you some money.
that's why like I'm like upset, but I'm not like fuming.
You're not
Right.
too miffed.
Oh,
Yeah.
they probably assumed it was for the people. Then they probably assumed.
Yeah, but you saw the fries and the coffee there. It's like someone else's food is right there. It's like,
That's
Someone's
true.
diary is right there. Come on.
yeah, exactly.
The poop bucket is right there, and it says employees only.
Exactly. Employees only.
The poop bucket.
But
Yeah, shit got me like slightly miffed.
honestly, dude, man, well,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just murder the next. Honestly, I think state sanctioned murder should be.
Yeah,
They,
just
they won't mind.
just legalize
It's
state
just a
sanctioned murder.
just a little bit of murder.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Just
Tiny bit.
just institute the purge. Just institute the purge.
Exactly. It's like
Then get hit in
yeah.
the back of the head with a club. Like Jesus,
Fuck.
Jesus.
Like they're just
Man,
looking
I
at
don't
me,
know
they're
what
not realizing it. I'm like helping a client, and the next second I'm just standing behind them with like the Cat in the Hat with like the fucking baseball bat.
I'll do
Right.
it.
Let's talk about if the purge is real. Let's talk about that.
Fuck.
Next.
Dude, if the purge is real,
Oh.
they did it so accurately
Yeah.
in the fucking movies. How it's just rich people would
Right.
find minorities and kill them. That's
Yeah.
literally it.
That's literally it.
It's-
Well, okay. I feel like obviously for the sake of it being a horror movie, they played up the violence that people would do a little bit, like
Did
significantly.
they, though? Okay,
Because,
dude,
like-
did you not see the riots? Did you not see the riots? You're
That's
telling me
true.
They played
That's
up the
true.
violence.
Those same people would be out there fucking murdering and stealing and shit, dude.
Yes,
Exactly.
I'm not saying that
people.
that
It'll
sort
be
of stuff that
fun.
they depict wouldn't happen. I'm saying that like a lot of people would be doing other shit. Like a good portion of the population would be doing other shit. Like there's people that would just go and
Right.
rob a bank instead of like going to go murder
Like,
someone.
You
Yeah.
think the bank
like,
doesn't
you
have
guys
armed
would-
guards because they know? Or
That's
huge
true.
fucking
That's true.
lockdown. Remember the whole point was that they had huge lockdown things that are like metal that you can't like drill through or nothing. And
Yeah,
stuff.
but you could
Right.
still
And
get
it's like
through them.
12 hours.
Like the in the first movie, the whole point was that the dude was the one securing, like selling like bank level security to people, and his home had bank level security, and they still broke in. Like that was the whole
Mhm.
point of the first one, that no one is safe no matter how much protection they have. Like they could have
Mhm.
all the protection in the
That's true.
world, and white people in particular would have protection,
Literally.
and that would reduce the amount that they'd have to interact with the purge. Because like the whole
Right.
point of the movies was about classism, was about how class
Right.
affects your survival chances, and about how you could get disproportionately affected by certain laws depending on where you are on the class scale and your race. Like that was the whole point of all of those movies.
Right.
But even with all your protection and all like how high class you are, you could still get murdered. You could still get affected.
Big cat.
Yeah, you could still
Right.
get God. That's the whole point of it. And people would realize it. Like yes, there's going to be a significant portion of people just going out there and murdering specifically minorities.
Right.
But like there's a lot of people that would be doing other stuff too. They would be robbing banks. Can you imagine the amount of white collar crime that people would set up and then do? Like
Dude,
I feel like
Okay.
a significant portion of like the crimes committed on Purge would be white collar crimes simply because of the monetary incentive.
Do you
But,
think
okay,
this
what-
year they would have canceled the purge due to COVID?
that's funny. Probably not though. They would have just let out even more people, you know. But
Yeah.
in the purge, the reason they get in is because he momentarily disables it when someone's outside begging for help.
Right.
That's how they get in.
Well,
it's
no,
not that
no.
someone else.
Yeah, yeah. That's how one guy gets in, but they reactivate it and then they use like a truck to pull the door off. Like,
Yeah.
that's the first one, right?
Yeah.
So like it's work.
But-
He's even the guy that sells the security systems.
Yeah,
that's
but-
that's the fucked part about it.
So it says the family witnesses a gang of masked, heavily armed people arriving at the front lawn. The leader warns
Yeah.
them that failure to surrender the wounded man will result in invasion. So
Right.
they had their chance. I mean, you
They had
know,
their
you're gonna
chance.
risk
No,
your entire
but wait.
family.
But that's what I
Some guy.
mean.
Fuck.
Like that's what I mean. Like what like those guys could have just easily gone to the bank and just removed that shit.
But in their head, the priority was killing that guy because they needed him out of the way or whatever, you know?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like in the
Right.
real world, a good portion of people wouldn't opt to just murder someone for no reason. They would go and they would do something to better their lives. They
But
would
we're
go and
assuming
rob a bank.
In that
But no. Think of
in
this way.
that world. Hold on.
Mhm.
Well, in that world, I think the homeless rate is like less than 1%. Like it's like there's no homeless people
Because they
they've all
get
been
murdered.
Yeah.
Unemployment, yeah.
The place is
It's
crime free
crazy.
and unemployment is 1%,
Yeah.
basically.
So a good just dystopia, I guess.
Yeah. And it's
kidding.
called like it's like something like a functional dystopia, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What would you guys do? Like yourselves, like if you
White
were
collar
in the-
crime.
Yeah, white collar crime. That's what I assumed. Like you guys would just do like hacks or whatever.
Yeah.
Just get all the free movies you guys can. or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Like I
Yeah.
would try to
You-
break into
you receive
Sony.
it. No. But okay, think of it this way: if of course, a bank is gonna is gonna have enough money to protect itself. Because okay, think of it this way: you have to get into the bank, you have to get into the vault. Because remember, the tellers they only have like a couple $100. That's nothing. You have to be able to get into the vault, which is like I don't know. y- It's giant. I mean, it's basically a huge, thick door. It's like
I'll
the
be right back.
metal is ridiculous. Banks already have super crazy security systems. So imagine just how much crazier it would be. They would probably have their own armed and armored security, like waiting for the 12 hours. It's 12 hours. They'll shoot you on sight. They're like, hey, if you're coming here to the bank, you're gonna get shot, and they're not gonna care. You're not gonna be able unless you have a literal army. If you have enough money to get an army in the first place to rob the bank, you could probably be doing other stuff instead. You get me?
Yeah, but like there was people like the whole point of this movie is like you see people with like custom made armor vehicles where like the
But
bank wouldn't necessarily be able to stop that sort of stuff. Like that was the whole point of the first movie, that it doesn't matter how much money you have to protect yourself, there's still ways around it. And we see that even like today with like airports, like how do you call it, where like the whole reasoning behind like experts that actually like go against the TSA, they're like, look, they people who want to do this can see our security. They know
mhm,
how they can find our vulnerabilities. The only way to stop it is to try to prevent it. And during the purge, there's no real way to prevent someone from attempting that. They have a whole year to plan out and see what security systems the bank has, to plan around them,
I
to
mean,
get over them.
okay,
Like,
it's steel reinforced concrete, and the door itself is typically 3.5 feet thick. So, it's like
it's difficult.
you're
I'm not
not gonna
saying it's
get.
going to be easy, but it's possible. It is extremely possible, especially when
No,
you
okay, no, no. It's
especially
not
when
extremely
yeah, it is.
possible.
Just take into account how many people are in such a destitute position that if they were given the opportunity, they would rob a bank. Now take all
But
of
if
those
they're
people and
if they're so
remove
destitute,
any enough incentive to how do you call it? Remove any like thing of like being punished. It's essentially like you can do this and you can essentially get away with this scot free. Like you have no problems with it. Like people rob banks now, they still get away with it and they get into those vaults and they do that sort of thing. Like, are you telling me that people don't wouldn't like be willing to do that sort of thing during the purge when there's like no laws in place to keep them like that? Like people, honestly feel like people would try to get monetary incentive for the rest of the year rather than actively go out to murder people. Like, yes, there would be a large portion of the population that would be willing to just go and murder someone that they're mad at. But like, are you telling me that a large portion of the population wouldn't try to go after a monetary incentive rather than murder someone? Like maybe like 20 purges in. Yeah, like some of those people that already like made money off of the purge would be willing to like, oh yeah, let's go murder people. But are you telling me that a good portion of the population, people that like during their average day, they don't have like, that like are moderately poor or like kind of like on the verge of being like completely broke, wouldn't be willing to risk it to steal a lot of money off of places?
dude, the last time there was a successful large value U.S. robbery was in 1998 when they stole $1.6 million.
That's not that long
1998
ago.
Bank of
That's
America
like
robbery.
22 years
Dude,
ago.
that's 22 years ago. And
Yeah.
think of it. Okay, the purge in that timeline, they were like 5 or 6 years in, right? But if your point is they're so destitute and desperate, if they're so destitute, how are they going to afford the armored vehicle, the body armor, the manpower, all of the equipment needed to break into the vault in the first place? Because it's not like I'm gonna just get a hammer and chisel. It's not that simple. It's you would need super expensive tools and machinery to break into it in the first place.
Yeah. And
And even then,
you could take
no,
out a
think of it this way.
loan.
No,
Like
think of it
there's
this way.
ways around that.
Most likely, they would move all the cash off the bank,
Yeah.
off the local banks, literally the day before or the night before.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be breaking into an empty place. Come on,
I guess
come
so.
on, Edward, come
But
on.
like what I'm saying is like there's like people would be doing other things. They would like be going after monetary incentive. If banks don't work, there's going to be somewhere where there's a lot of money where they can't necessarily guard it as heavily.
Okay, right now the jewelry district, it's basically all the stores are basically empty because of COVID, and when they closed down and stuff like that. Even as recently as the riots, remember when they basically just emptied their own stores, and they just went, we're not even going to show anything. So if you break in, there's nothing in there in the first place. So if they could prepare for like a riot that was happening literally the same day, I'm 100% sure they would be like, oh, it's the purge is coming. Make sure you guys come in and buy, because all of our stock is going to be gone the day before in preparation for the purge. So
Yeah, but what I'm
it's just
saying
so
is there's
simple.
going to be somewhere where there's people can break in and make money. There's going to be somewhere where
I
they can do that. Because like you I think you underestimate the amount that people actually want money over like wanting to
well,
murder someone.
because think of it this way: if unemployment's at like 1%, and there's a bunch of different new businesses because of the purge, I'm pretty sure people can be a little more relatively successful, even though we did see how the poor people are affected, and like the other
Yeah.
minorities and stuff like that are affected disproportionately still. But they still have like they still have their shops and stuff like that. And it says the stock market is booming due to the massive sales of weapons and security systems. So it's like
Yeah, but like it's the same thing.
there's
Like the stock market only represents like the top couple of hundred of companies. And like in later movies, we saw how a significant portion of the population is consistently on the cusp of being poor. Those the 1% is essentially like the 1% unemployment is essentially like it's essentially maintained by the consistent murdering. Like in that universe, it's held there simply because every year they remove anyone that doesn't fit their description of employed and of not poor. It'd be like in the real world if we just said, "Oh, all these people, they don't exist anymore." And like we keep the unemployment at 1%. And then whenever someone goes below, they just get rid of them and they don't count them anymore. Yes, it's you're technically at 1%. It's like think of it this way. It's like if we stopped testing for COVID. Yeah, the numbers would go straight down, but that's not really describing the situation. You get me? Like, yeah, their numbers are way down, but it doesn't accurately describe the situation that the actual universe is in simply because, they're just removing the factors that would be noticeable as to the issues that are happening. We saw in the later movies where the poor people are affected that many of them can barely sustain themselves over the course of the purge, and that people break in. Like you also forget, like I feel like that situation where they break into small stores that can't afford that sort of security would also be rampant simply because there's money there. There's places on in the country where like you can just break in and like get money, like no matter how much secure they are. Anything that contains any sort of value with the security system of the people in the first movie or lower, that was supposedly the highest level security possible for the how do you call it, uh in that universe. That was the best security that they could have, and it was broken into. Like anything with any sort of value at that level of security or lower would just be getting broken into because of the
but
monetary incentive.
but remember, the rich people that were hunting them down in the first movie, that was hunting that guy in the first movie anyway, were rich. They were funded by someone rich, so they had the means, the tools, everything. And like I told you, I'm 900% sure everyone would just move their inventory the day of the night before of the purge, and there would be no incentive to try and break in, which is why,
They
since
just
there's
find
more
where they move
opportunity
it
to make
to.
money. What? Oh yeah, like that's super easy to do. Come
It's not
on,
easy. I
dude.
never said it's easy, but yeah, think of it this way. There's a whole year to plan, and they've had like decades of experience. Like people who
Decades of
yeah,
experience.
because the purge had been going on for like 20 years, no? In the
No,
world?
it was 2014. Let's see. So in 20. Wait, so uh,
The purge in the first movie, 2013, was set in 2022, so 2 years from now.
Yeah, so it was in 2014 that they legalized it. So it was 8 years after that.
Yeah.
So 2014.
So I had
So it's
8
only been 8
years.
years.
That's
But
still a
remember,
long time to try to circumvent any security system. And
it's also been 8 years of them upgrading.
don't forget, like in one of the movies, they were showing that there was a militia group that was distributing arms and vehicles and other stuff to just poor people. There was an active militia group that wanted to try to circumvent it, and they were arming poor people. So are you telling me at least a portion of that isn't gonna go to people who would be willing to go to banks? And are you telling me that even with like homemade vehicles, like take a look at how easy it is now for someone to like just soup up their car without the government knowing?
But also,
Like,
it's expensive. And your point was, imagine you're so destitute and desperate in the first place. It's like if you're destitute, you're not gonna have the money. Maybe if you're destitute, you'd get hired by someone else to like help kill someone, which would be easy money.
yeah.
That's another thing. You would just be hired as like a shitty mercenary. They'd be like, yes, we're just gonna shell out a couple $1,000s because we don't want to spend like $1,000,000 or whatever. And remember, in the purge election year, it's 2040, and the purge basically ends. So there's only 26 years of purge. So in those 26 years, not only would robbers' tactics go up, but also security systems would be going up a lot.
No,
That's the point.
yeah, but there's ways around. Like if you're destitute enough, like the whole point is like you would just borrow money beforehand, use that money to soup yourself up, and prepare for the purge.
Destitute, you're not eligible for a loan.
Yeah, you can't, dude. Are you telling me that with like okay, because like the whole point in that universe is that banks are super predatory and they would just give out massive loans to whoever. Are you telling me that someone wouldn't be able,
In
someone
this-
that's destitute? Yes,
In the movie universe?
yes, in the movie universe.
Where?
Are you telling like that? That's like one of the whole things. Like the whole Purge series is a thing about like capitalism. It's the whole thing about capitalism run amok. That's the whole point of it. That this is an extreme version of what would happen if capitalism is allowed to go unchecked. You know, without any form of socialism or anything.
Well,
That's
no,
one of the
it-
things.
The purge was a totalitarian state because the new founding fathers, when they took control, it's ruled by a totalitarian government known as the new founding fathers.
Yeah, but
So-
the whole thing was like this is what can happen if capitalism is allowed to go and run. And yeah, that is what happens if capitalism is allowed to just thing. You tend towards a totalitarian government. If you just have pure capitalism, 100% pure capitalism, you start to skew towards totalitarianism. That's what capitalism is. That like the money starts flowing upwards to the 1%, they start gaining power, you start consolidating power to prevent other people from coming, and you end up with a totalitarian state. Like pure unfiltered unbridled capitalism, that's what happens.
Well, I mean, that's what we're seeing right now,
Yeah. Like with
slowly becoming totalitarian.
yeah. Like that's what happens with unchecked capitalism. Like you end up leaning towards a totalitarian state. And that was part of the message of those movies. And like there's small hints throughout the movies like that. Like in the Purge, I think it's Anarchy, where it's the where it's like it's the one that focuses on the poor people. Like the like you see something in one of those like at the beginning where like the dude is like, tomorrow is the purge. Why are you raising my insurance rates right now? I can't pay this day. And it's like that doesn't happen in like the current US because we have like quote unquote socialist systems to keep
It's
that in
happening
place.
right now with COVID because remember, insurance rates and Medicare rates are going up because they're like, we don't cover it,
Yeah,
whatever.
now beforehand it wasn't like when that movie came out. That's not something you would see in the U.S. like at the
Guess.
cusp of an emergency. In there, you do because they don't have checked capitalism. They have unchecked capitalism where it's just allowed to go rampant. Like obviously, there's demand, like you see right now with COVID, and they're going to that. So obviously, someone's just going to take out a high interest loan that they can just use to soup up their vehicles and they're before they take out that loan and get themselves stuck in that, they're gonna, you know, plan ahead. They're gonna see where they can go and they can hit, where they can steal money from. They're gonna do the math. They're gonna take that loan, soup up their vehicles, get ready for it, and find a place to take. Like there's other crimes
So
that people
is
want to
that-
commit.
Is that what you would do?
No, I would do white collar
Is
crime.
that your plan?
I would.
I would
tax fraud.
yeah, I would do white collar crime.
Tax
Like
fraud.
I would siphon money off of companies. Like that's what I would
How
prefer
would you
to
do
do.
that? But okay. Think of it this way.
It's only one day.
How
Yeah.
would you? Yeah, how would you do that? Because
You plan
Remember,
ahead, and you
the
don't do
stock
actually any
market-
incriminating stuff.
it's 12 hours at night, so the stock market's closed, so there's no transactions going on in
Think-
the stock
yeah.
market. So you
Think
can't be
about
like,
this. Think about this. They could get you with intent to do a crime, and you know what I mean. Before then,
Wait.
Yeah,
I'll be like, dude, I work for Bank of America. I'll just log into my systems and siphon a bunch of money off of people's accounts at night.
Yeah,
And
get
it's like,
hired
well, It
somewhere.
wasn't legal. What do you want me to do?
they could just freeze all your accounts, probably.
Well,
Yeah,
no, they
maybe.
can't because it was legal at the time. That's
Yeah.
the point. It's not illegal when I do it.
yeah,
So it's just like, well, I guess he's just has all that money now. That's it.
yeah. That's why. Like
So
that's the
the
safest
best
way to
bet-
do.
So your best bet would be to work for a bank,
Hmm
basically.
Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably just stay inside.
Yeah,
I'd just
mean,
stay
honestly.
inside
yeah.
and not
Honestly,
die.
people would just stay inside. But like I think that's the other thing. Like people like in that universe because I feel that they're abnormally violent. Like it's not a clear reflection of people in the real world. Like the amount of violence that they do. Like I'm not saying like violence like that wouldn't happen in the Purge. Obviously it would. Like there's a lot of people that just want to take out their anger and just want to murder people. But I still feel it's like abnormal amounts of violence. Like they're just gonna break in. Like if
Right.
you stay in your house, they're just gonna
It's
break
dramatized.
in. Yeah, it's dramatized. They're just gonna break in. Like they're just gonna get into your house even if you stay at home. Like I think the
Like
best bet.
Tarantino
How
levels
much
of
time do we
blood.
have?
Yeah.
How much time do we have?
I think we've been going for an hour.
Nice.
Oh, okay,
right?
Yeah,
cool.
I think the
Well,
purge discussion took like
Most of
20
the end.
minutes. Yeah.
What were we talking in the beginning?
Nice.
It was trippy dreams. We didn't even talk about trippy dreams.
Oh yeah,
so
we didn't talk
didn't
about
even
trippy
talk about it.
dreams. Next time.
Crazy dream.
All
All
right.
Well, in conclusion,
Fuck capitalism.
Oh. yeah, fuck capitalism. Eat the rich.
Eat the rich.
Broke Till Friday podcast on Instagram. It's broke_till_Friday on Instagram. And then broke till Friday podcast at gmail.com. And yeah, we're on YouTube now, Broke Till Friday. Obviously, you'll be watching this on YouTube. So
Yeah.
yeah.
If
all
you're
right.
seeing the visual gags, it's on YouTube.
Exactly. If you're listening, well, thanks.
Oh,
Thank
I thought you were gonna like yell like fuck the audio listeners.
That's Broke Till Friday.
Oh. We're broke till Friday. Goodbye, my friends. We'll see you next week. Now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday. Bye, my friends. We'll see you next week. And now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday.